This is Gary on Thacker, and Jurassic World Rebirth is the latest installment in the Jurassic Park franchise. Taking place 5 years after Jurassic World Dominion, the world has proved largely inhospitable to dinosaurs, and most of them have died out. A pharmaceutical company funds an expedition to an island where engineered previously cloned dinosaurs to retrieve DNA from the flea-based dinosaurs on the island, which will allow for a drug for heart disease to be made. You guys probably know by now, I am a mega Jurassic Park fan. I mean, how could you have noticed? It's my 5th favorite film franchise and I love it. But you probably know that I did not like Jurassic World Dominion. Most people did not like Dominion. A very disappointing and honestly kinda terrible movie that I really hate. And a lot of people thought this was the nail in the coffin for the Jurassic franchise. And then we got the announcement of a 7th Jurassic Park film being in development. A film that would go back to basics and be a simple Jurassic Park film. It seemed promising, and they really fast-tracked this movie. Announced in early 2024 and released in mid-2025. David Leitch was hired as the director. He planned to make some changes. Universal did not want that. They fired him. Hired Gareth Edwards, who also directed Godzilla. Universal was apparently very keen on the script they had and didn't want anything to be changed to the slightest. They were very confident. And to be honest, there hasn't been a movie this year I've been head over heels for. There have been some great films, but nothing I personally absolutely loved. And it's how I do love Jurassic Park. The first two are some of my favorite films. If there was a movie this year I was hoping to beat that movie for me, it was this one. So I haven't seen Jurassic World Rebirth. It's pretty good. I don't think this is the best Jurassic film. In fact, it's pretty low on the list. But again, still pretty good. And definitely better than Dominion, and even JP3. This isn't a great return to Jurassic Park like Prey was for the Predator franchise, or Alien Romulus was for the Alien franchise. But this is definitely a step in the right direction for the Jurassic Park franchise. For one, this one has some of that really good dinosaur horror. After The Lost World, really only Fallen Kingdom had some horror elements. But this leads into the horror. I think it's pretty effective. But this leads into the horror. Like, these dinosaurs are actually scary and intimidating again. Especially the T-Rex, which honestly hasn't been scary since The Lost World. And there was a moment when I genuinely felt that wonder of seeing a dinosaur for the first time that you feel when you watch the original Jurassic Park. Something I haven't felt in this franchise since the original Jurassic Park. And the action is gratefully dialed back. Jurassic Park has always had action, but it's always been suspenseful action. That was a big problem with Dominion. Jurassic Park is not an action franchise, it just has action in it. And while the action is bigger and more complex in the first 3 films, but much more terrifying than for the Jurassic World films. The river raft scene, which has been extensively shown in the film's marketing, is also just fantastic. That's one thing actually everyone agree on, the river raft scene is great. And considering this was played all the way back to the original Jurassic Park, it's great to finally see this scene, granted 30 years late, but better late than never. But I will say, the disfigured hybrids that have been shown in the marketing, like a lot in the marketing, a big selling point, are very underused. These are failed hybrid attempts that were made before the dawn of destruction Jurassic World. These dinosaurs have refreshing and creepy designs. These look and feel more like monsters than dinosaurs. That's so refreshing for this franchise. But they're in so little of the movie. The Megalodons definitely use the most and aren't bad. Not amazing designs, but it's an interesting mix of Velociraptor and Pterodactyl. But man, the Distorted Rex is barely used. I think he was less than the Giganotosaurus was in Dominion. And that was the main film's piece of marketing. It's in the trailers, on the posters, and it's barely used. I think somebody should have played more of these horribly disfigured dinosaurs. I think it would have made it a bit more unique, to be honest. Because once I'm glad we got a back to basics Jurassic Park film, and needed that to make it a little bit more unique. Like Prey's Back to Basics Predator movie, Human vs. Predator, simple. But the aspect of it being early history with Native Americans is what makes it different and refreshing. Alien Romulus, it's Back to Basics Alien movie. A group of people on a spaceship with some xenomorphs, simple. But the aspect of this group being young adults, and the climax, had slightly ties into the rest of the franchise. But Rebirth is a bit too simple. There's something that really makes it different, but it could have been with the hybrids. But it wasn't. And yeah, it kinda sucks. Then the Jurassic World trilogy built up a world filled with dinosaurs, and now they're almost either dead or dying. And I'll say these characters are pretty engaging and likable. I don't think they're amazing characters or anything, but I did really like them. I wouldn't mind seeing more of some of these characters in future movies. I will say they kind of feel a bit too familiar. Like Scarlett Johansson's character kind of feels like Owen. Jonathan Bailey kind of feels like Ian Malcolm. But still I did overall like the characters. the human villain, which I won't show, because he is kind of a twist villain, I guess, is just alright. To be fair, I don't think this franchise ever actually had a good human villain. The best is Nedry in the original, and he's just an antagonist, not a straight up villain. The dialogue does sometimes have that clippy Marvel kind of dialogue, but it's much better than the last couple films.
Do you two talk a lot?
He slid into my DMs.
He did what?
I am never laying that line down. It deserves to be shaded for what it is for all of eternity. The computer effects are also really good. This one does a really good job making you feel the scale of the dinosaurs. But I will say, I did not notice a lot of animatronic practical effects. There are definitely some, I did see some. I did not notice a lot of practical effects. So overall, I did like Jurassic World Rebirth. It's not amazing, not the best Jurassic film, but definitely a good film, and a promising step in the right direction. I am willing to see more future Jurassic Park movies, and if it looks interesting to you, then I recommend it. I guess I have to say this is my favorite film of the year, but I wasn't head over heels for it. Even if this is the last Jurassic film, at least it did end on Dominion. Superman, Fantastic Four, one of you has got to be the summer movie to hit it out of the park for me. Also, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for liking and subscribing. Bye just for now, bye, Girl Thacker.